right now you're saying Iran does not want a ceasefire.
We are not asking for a ceasefire. And we don't see any reason why we should negotiate with the US when we negotiated with them twice, and every time they attacked us at the middle of negotiations. So there is no request for a ceasefire by us, and there is no request for the negotiation with the US from us. We have never sent any messages to them.
Minister, you said that Iran cannot reach U.S. soil, right, the American homeland, with the weapons that you have right now. Is there any other way that Americans should be concerned that Iran could attack the American homeland?
No, they have enough bases around us. Why we should go further than that? They have enough soldiers, they have enough military assets, and they have enough military bases and military installations. So we don't need to go beyond that.
The Strait of Hormuz hasn't been closed, but the threat of its closure has disrupted the international economy. If this war continues, will Iran try to close the Strait of Hormuz?
But they have not closed it. It is the ships and tankers who don't try to pass through to cross the strait because they are, concerned about being hit by either side. So we have no intention to close it right now.
So what we see here, we see the Iran foreign minister, prime minister saying basically that we're not backing down. They feel confident in what they're doing. They're saying no matter what you see, we still here. We're not backing down. And, a couple of things that they have that they feel that they have in their advantages, that there is a lot of U.S. bases around in different countries, such as Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Turkey, all these different type of places where our bases are. But they feel like that's what they're going to keep doing. They're going to continue to attack these U.S. bases and these U.S. allies, right? Obviously, they don't have any missiles to actually reach us here in America, but their strategy is to continue to take out the U.S. allies that's close to them, right? The Strait of Hormuz is one of the biggest things. It's all about the money, right? The Strait of Hormuz is where all these ships, oil tankers, to get in between there, you can get to go to Saudi Arabia and all these places. That's money, right? They say they haven't closed it, but people ain't going through there. You got oil tankers with millions and millions of dollars of oil in there. They're not going through there. So what does that do? That's hold up the money. So Iran feel like they're in a good position, but we have a great military. Okay. Of course, when you're in a fight, you're not going to say that we quit. See what I'm saying? We know that Iran has been taking out 49 of their top personnel. We know that Iran has been getting, 900 attacks in 12 hours every day, but they feel like they still have an advantage. They still feel like they have an advantage. They're putting on for TV, and we'll see how this goes. But President Trump is telling them to stop. He wants to stop it. He does not want to do more killing. But if you're going to keep going, we're going to keep going. We're going to see who has the most, right? It's just one of these things about war, right? When you have war, it's ego. Even the people that are losing still have the ego and the pride because they don't want to surrender. And that's what we see from the Iranians. They don't want to surrender. This is what they want. They're going to continue to attack. They're going to keep going until they run out. That's what we see. But the thing about war and what President Trump wants is he wants this war to be over in 5 weeks. I believe it'll be over in 5 weeks. I believe they're going to keep going, and keep ramping it up and get everybody out they need to get out and take what they need. But it's just one of these things that if you're losing, you're not going to wave the white flag, especially the Iranians. They want to fight with America. They want to take out their allies. They want to take out Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai. They want to take out all these people because of their ties to America. So it's interesting to see how much damage will be done. Will Europe come in and make sure they stop? What will happen, right? But as we see, America's not stopping. They're not stopping. They're going to make sure they keep going. They are not stopping. The one thing we can see every single day, they keep going. And I feel that Iran is feeling that heat, but what they have too much of is pride. They don't want to be seen as a loser. They rather be beaten than quit. That's the thing that we see from the Iranians.
But as the war continues, we will consider every scenario. For the time being, we have not done yet, and but the strait is, almost empty of ships and tankers because of their concern.
In this war, are international oil tankers potential targets for Iran?
No, why they should be a goal for us?
Iran threatened tankers in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran has already threatened them to set them afire.
No, we have not threatened them. They are concerned themselves, and they don't use the Strait of Hormuz because of the concerns they have to be hit by either side.
Is Iran privately talking to U.S. officials right now through back channels?
No.
There's no communication with you and Steve Witkoff or Jared Kushner?
No, not after Thursday that we met last time. We met last Thursday. We negotiated for almost 7 hours. They were so happy when they left the negotiation table because we were able to make significant progress, as the Omani foreign minister said in his statement, and he checked his statement with both sides, and both sides agreed with the term he used. And we were made really significant progress. They were happy when they left, but I don't know what happened after they left.
We thank you.
So what we see, look, they're trying to do the back channels. They're trying to talk. Iran wants to stop. They want to stop, but they have to stay strong because they're in the middle of trying to negotiate this thing to where they at least get something out of this deal. You have President Trump saying he wants to be involved of whoever their new leader is going to be. He wants to be involved of that picking of that. You have Jared Kushner down there, right? You have a lot of people, because what's important? What's the most important thing? It's the Strait of Hormuz. The oil coming through, going through to Saudi Arabia, coming out of Saudi Arabia, and going through the Strait of Hormuz. This is why Iran still feels like that they have a chance. They're going to keep going against America, but what Iran can basically say is we're going to take out the oil tankers. Nobody can come through here, right? So that's the reason why you see America coming, because at the end of the day, nobody wants to mess up the money. Everybody eats. Everybody eats when they go through the Strait of Hormuz, right? Everybody gets something, right? So we just see, like I said, we see pride. We see they trying to get deals done, but we see the Iran prime minister or foreign minister, he's keeping a brave face. He's not saying, I want to quit. What he's saying is, we're going to do what we're going to do, and whatever happens, happens. That's what's going on. He's got a poker face. And it's just one of those things as far as how long can they last. They say they have a bunch of missiles, a bunch of drones. It's cheaper drones compared to our more expensive equipment. They feel like they're quicker, faster, better than us in certain situations. So how long will their confidence last? How long would that poker face? What will be the defining factor for them to finally quit? Only our president knows that, right? Only they know it, right? What will happen for them to say, you know what, we quit? The Iranian supreme leader is already dead. So what will make them quit? And that's why this war will keep going, but I don't think it's going to go too much longer. Trump said 5 weeks, and I believe he means 5 weeks. So let me know your thoughts about this in the comments below. Like, share, and subscribe to the channel. As always, going to keep this thing rocking. Make sure you hit the notification bell to see all new videos. Tap into the Patreon, new link. Tap into the Patreon, link is in the tap into the Patreon, link is in the link. Tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description below. Wow, that's crazy. Tap into the No Filter Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 10:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, only on YouTube, because it's always going to be on YouTube, because YouTube is the best. Obviously, I'm out.